Good afternoon and welcome to Morning Meets the Eye. I'm your host, Blind Prime, and this is my co-host, Cream the Cat. What are you up to, Cream? All right. Today, we're going to cover Transformers Studio Series Gamerverse Decepticon Soldier and compare them to the other Gamerverse vehicle that I have in deluxe scale, Sideswipe. And if you would like to help me raise awareness for the blind and the visually impaired, or reach more individuals who are blind or visually impaired, then please go below, hit the like button, share, and subscribe. I love getting new subscribers. We achieved 2,062, and that's a full month before the goal date of January 23rd, and so now we're 62 towards the goal of 5,000 by January 23rd, 2026. So, wow. Thank you all so much to my new subscribers, and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to all of you out there. So let's get into today's video, which is about comparing deluxes, and specifically Decepticon Soldier versus Sideswipe. So, first off, let's go ahead and do a little size comparison of bumper to bumper. Where are they at? And if we put the bumpers together, we get that deluxe scale Decepticon Soldier is just no, because deluxe WfC Sideswipe for Gamerverse has a little point at the front of him. He actually levels out with the Decepticon Soldier. I think that's pretty neat. Now, in width-wise, let's take a look. Decepticon Soldier is the beefier bot. He's a lot wider than Sideswipe. And honestly, that's where I get the impression like he's a little too big. I think maybe they could have done better had they worked with something, more akin to what Sideswipe is. Because Sideswipe seems to be about the right size. And Decepticon Soldier here just is a bit big. Now, their vehicle modes are dramatically different. Like Decepticon Soldier seems to be more of an armored vehicle, and Sideswipe here is just kind of a very sleek space Cybertronian style hot rod or something like that. It's just a really fast race car feeling thing. He's really nice to the touch. I like the glossy plastics on Sideswipe here, and it makes him feel all the better. In both modes, Sideswipe still seems to have the more weight, but barely more weight than Decepticon Soldier, and that's just because of the density of the plastics used. Sideswipe's plastic is better, in my opinion, than Decepticon Soldier's. So let's put Sideswipe off to the side here, and get into talking about this mode. So this is some sort of like off-road mode for a Transformer on Cybertron. You've got some bigger, beefier wheels, very similar to the wheels from WfC Gamerverse Ratchet. And you have a really wide bumper here at the front. Seems like it may have some extra armor bits in it. It's definitely girthier, and it's bigger in all ways than the Sideswipe bumper. It's very wide but very thin, and it does give the impression off of heavy armor, as in like this guy could just destroy an entire building by blowing through it, just driving right through it, and it wouldn't affect him. And that's the impression you get from the top of this vehicle mode. You have all of these armor panels that keep kind of folding in on top of themselves. And I just lost the gun, but oh well. And there's a crease there, a seam, but it feels like there's armor layered upon armor for this vehicle mode. You even get kind of windows, but they feel like they may have bars across them or something. There's a rough vent-like texture right around there. Strangely, it's more detailed on one side than the other. Like on this side, the vent texture is more apparent than on this side. And that's left side, the texture is more apparent than on right side. I do like the impression of rear view mirrors with the how the armor stacks up right before these where the arms connected to the side of the vehicle mode. I really like the way that there's kind of the impression of two rear view mirrors there. It would have been funny if they had actually chromed those two pieces or painted them in some sort of glossy material to kind of give the impression of that. Now, in the middle area, we've just got the beefy arms that you can feel the edges of that are connected to the side, unlike Sideswipe, which managed to hide his arms underneath these really well textured panels that I was very satisfied with. Oh, the vents on them are so nice, and all the little ridges and textures for the Sideswipe side is really nice. And then on him, it just kind of got the side of the arm with its weird armor sticking out. And we come around here to the back of the vehicle mode. We've got a very similar wheel to the front, actually exactly the same wheel as the front, a little beefier, bigger kind of off-road style wheel, but still smaller than you would expect for kind of an off-road vehicle. It's like an off-road vehicle got some off-road vehicle street tires. I think that's the best way to describe it. And over here at the back, we've got a really well done kind of bumper piece. You can, of course, put the weapon back here to turn the weapon into a bumper, or you can plug the weapon into the rectangular slot at the top. Why it's rectangular and not circular, I cannot tell you. I don't like the fact that I can't just kind of rotate this gun in different positions. It's always going to be pointed forwards. I don't know why they made that weird design choice, but you can clip it into the back of the vehicle mode as well. This back compartment area, it feels like this is where the armor kind of tags away. Like there's huge areas here, gaps where there is no armor, and I do think that it's a missed opportunity to texture the interior areas of them to kind of give an interior vehicle texture. That would have been in some nice places in these little gaps that are about as wide as my fingertip on each side of the rear bumper area. The rear bumper's got some decent textures to it. We've got a very wide vent going across. It actually comes from the top and it goes down and around, but it is kind of a shame that they didn't put much texture into those little sections. Yeah, I noticed. That's what I do here. I notice those things, engineers, so get better at putting textures on things. Come on, talk to the G.I. Joe Classified people. They put textures on everything, even the bottom of the boots, most times. So you can, like I said before, plug the weapon in. The weapon's not too bad. I did like the weapon for this. It's very short and sleek. It feels nice. It's got some fun textures to it. It makes it feel like it's some sort of a laser submachine gun. And it shoots lasers really fast, but it's a very compact laser rifle thing. But yeah, this is the review for this Gamerverse. Let me bring out the handy-dandy Lego pad before I end the day. Let's talk about length and width. So we know that we're not going to count the gun as part of the length. We're going to take that off. And here we go to the bumper. There it is right there. And that makes it 17 studs long in vehicle mode. And width-wise, it's a lot wider than the average. It's, ooh, wow. Put there in there. You come to be 11 studs wide at the rear of the vehicle. Is the front a different width? Yes and no. The front, I'd say, is half a stud difference in width between the front and the back. So 10.5 studs for the front in width and 11 studs in the back for width. Height-wise, though, this guy is not very tall. He only stands 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 studs tall. Not even 8 studs in height. Then again, the Sideswipe here was not very tall either. He's not very tall at all. He stands, there it is. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 studs tall. 1 stud less than the Gamerverse Decepticon soldier. But my overall rating of the vehicle mode, I'm going to give this vehicle mode a 7 out of 10. I think that it could have been better with some more textures. I think that, as a byproduct of having so many big, chunky vehicle parts to put together, like I said, it's almost, but not quite, a shell former. I would expect some more details. Like there's some nice texturing, but it's also very light texturing. And when you have a big piece like this, I want there to be texturing all over. Like there's chunks that aren't textured at all, and I think that's just a crying shame. I believe that they could have done more with the texturing of this vehicle. But the vehicle holds up. You can drop it, and it won't do anything except lose its little gun. Yeah, so that's a 7. I gave the transformation. I think I gave the transformation a 5 out of 10 because it was so ridiculously simple. And I gave the robot mode a 6 out of 10 as well. So that puts it all together to be, well, to be a 6 out of 10. Rough average off the cuff. So there we go. Overall rating for him is a 6. And before I let you go today, there is something new I will be doing in the new year. I will be starting this on January 1st whenever I start my first review of 2025. I am no longer going to be doing reviews and grading based on a number system. I am going to be grading based on a letter system, S, A, B, C, D, and F, and sometimes E. There will be the occasional E. E will be a special category. But yeah, so that's just a way I'm going to be changing it up here because I've noticed that the internet's just swath full of people giving something a rating 1 to 10, and so I'm going to change it up. We're going to do ratings in a different format from now on, starting next year. Once again, thank you all so much for 2,000 subscribers. To all of my new members, welcome. And I will be getting to a 2,000 subscriber special video shortly. I will be doing that in January, hopefully around the 23rd on the channel's birthday. We'll be uploading a fun 2,000 plus subscriber special, so join me then. I got to figure out what I'm going to do for it. Leave comments in the below. What do you think I should do for my 2,000 subscriber special? Until next Pride, bye-bye for now.